All right. So, mom and dad together.
This is not live, right?
It is live, actually.
Oh wow. Okay, go ahead.
Um, on a side note, I didn't get a chance to say this. Dad, how many brothers and sisters did your mom have?
She had 12, 6 and 6, 6 boys, 6 girls, just like you.
So, the family is huge,
Yep,
enormous.
you know.
So-
Well, you know, during that era, that's what people did. They had a lot of kids
Yeah.
to do work.
All right. So, as mom was saying, you guys really came up together and flourished by your own spot. Tell me what that experience was like during that period in time in Alexandria, Virginia.
Well, I guess when we met, I was working for my sister, like I said, for engineering, and he was in the Marines. So we weren't making a lot of money, but I guess from day one, we put our resources together. We was broke together, but we came up together. Everything we did together.
Yep.
Everything.
That's a-
Everything. We
that's-
went out together. We went to the parks together. Rode the bikes together. We cooked. Everything we did together.
Yep.
It was nothing we
Well,
did.
it's just like anything. In the beginning of a relationship, you're going to spend a lot of time together because you want to be around each other. Right?
True, true. But we still spend all the time together.
You're together right now.
True.
Well, you know, in the beginning of a relationship,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
fighting for time to see each other.
Well, and here you are, 27, well, 29, but married 27 years. What would you say is the key to maintaining that type of stability in a relationship?
I want to go first.
Well, I guess being able to compromise. You always have to compromise.
Okay.
And I'll say we always put God first. Always. Even during the worst times, we always never gave up faith and hope. And I'll tell you another thing, we always did everything together. So even when the bad times, we still were together.
Yeah.
That's
In
important.
the same house, getting on each other. I mean, we're like separate. I was like, he getting on my damn nerves. But we never like just went out in the streets and was hanging out a lot, because that's what dooms a lot of relationships.
Mm.
I think we just never really just truly gave up. But I already know it's because of God.
Yeah.
We put God first.
Yeah, and there was a reason behind that. You know, it all came together, and you know, still rocking strong. Still rocking strong.
Yep.
Tell me about your first date.
It was funny because it was my friend was talking to his Marine buddy, Daryl,
Yeah.
and we went. We were like third wheels. So, but we weren't dating. We weren't in a. It wasn't like we were on a date.
We were
We were
both
just with
wingmen.
them. We were wingmen, yeah. So I said, "You want to go with me?" Because I used to eat like nobody's business. So I said, "I want a pizza. Do you want to go with me to get a pizza?" He said, "Yeah." And after that, and so then we kind of not really talked, but really what sealed us being together, he actually got in a fight, and because the Marines, they kind of woo, but he got his neck cut,
Damn.
and he almost died, and then I seen him at the Point, Haynes Point. That's where all the black people used to hang out in D.C. Just people, it's a nice park. And I seen him. I said, "Why don't you come over?" I'm like the Florence Nightingale kind of person. I always want to help somebody, and so he came over, and after that we just hung out. And his friend said, "I hate her," because he stopped hanging around with him. But this dude, all he did was drink and want to fight. So if Nelson was still with them, he'd probably be dead.
He is.
Oh, he's dead. The guy's dead. God rest his soul.
No.
But yeah, that dude is dead. He gone.
Damn.
But Nelson changed his life, and he just slowed down. You know, he slowed down when this guy was out there, and so he's like, "Oh, there you go, going with that old skinny, tall, fine mine. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, so that's how we met. It was really because of what happened to him, and I was like, "You look, come over," and then we start talking, and I think that's how. Do you agree or
Yeah.
not?
Yes.
Okay. What would you say is just like the highlight, like the best day that y'all have ever had together?
That's an impossible question. I mean,
There hasn't
There's
been
not
just
a- I
one
mean, it's
day
just-
that just was just like awesome.
you have plenty of days that's awesome. It's just,
I'm trying to think of what.
well, what can you think of? What day? It ain't
I'll
no
tell
certain.
you-
It ain't no
okay,
specific
Well,
day.
I'll tell you when we had Christmas in Tahoe.
Mm-hmm.
Just recently, when we went to Florida and we rented that house on the beach and for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell you, it's the moments we had with family when we were all together.
Mhm.
When we were living in Cumming, 30-something people came up for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, that was
Those
crazy.
are experiences. When we had a pool party here
That
when
was
we first
crazy.
moved in, that was awesome.
That was
So I would say it's the experiences we had with family
okay.
that stuck out.
Yeah,
Do you agree? Or
but
no?
but he was talking about just us.
No, I mean that's a good answer. You know, that's a good answer.
But a lot of times when we had the most funnest time is when we were with family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what's important. So you know, that's
And I'll tell you, when we had our grandson that lived here, I won't say his name, no, but just spending time with him. And the other one, when they both came, it has to be when we had everyone. When we're together, we have a great time. When we have our grandkids and family, because we laugh, we joke. I mean, it's just like so many silly things happen when you're around a bunch of people.
yeah.
I mean, there's so many crazy things that happen I can't even name.
I broke my leg. Erasing Dominic.
Yeah, when you was drinking and you thought you was gonna beat a 20-year-old racing, and then you got a hamstring.
And
Pulled my
then,
hammy.
then he had the ice on his knee, and it was like, "What you laughing for?" It threw it. It hit me in the chin
I
with the
just
bag of ice.
There's so many times. There's so many times. Just put it this way, we went together almost 30 years. 30 years, you can't even
You can't
think of
count.
so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the experiences we have with family. For me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What type of mindset collectively, like, what got y'all on the same page to come up financially? Like, where did that come
You
from?
gotta want to. You gotta want the same things.
Okay.
So if you're going, if you're trying to go in the same direction,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta think alike to
So-
go in the same direction.
So it's just naturally
It's
just
natural,
a gel. Okay.
I think we always have, but the funniest thing is we have two different personalities. I'm more outgoing. He's more soft-spoken, more sit
Reserved.
back, reserved. But when it comes to financial, like he wouldn't come home and say, like I know I have a friend that their husband said, "Hey, surprise, I bought a truck,"
Mm.
but they both had to pay for it together,
Mhm.
and they don't have that truck right now because they couldn't afford it. But so you don't do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do stuff like that. You talk about, especially big purchases, or even the smallest things we talk about. And a lot of times, a lot of people have separate accounts. We don't have separate accounts. All of our stuff is all one.
We're all in.
We're all in.
So you say communication really is vital in having a successful relationship.
Yeah. And yeah. And I would say you have to. Everything can't be separate. Because, I know a lot of people, everything is separate. Their bank accounts, they go out, they go with different, they go out with their peeps out, and the other people go out, and then they kind of come together in the house. You guys, that's not really a relationship. That's like
A partnership.
it's
Like-
like roommates.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay to have separate accounts, but why? I mean, what you trying to hide?
All right. So, in a closing statement, what would y'all say overall is the most important thing to maintaining a successful relationship? And what do each one of y'all mean to each other?
Obviously, the dog mean a lot more to him.
Shade. The shade.
Are you waiting on me?
Yeah, you can go first.
Repeat your question again.
Oh man. In closing, what would you say is the most important thing in maintaining a relationship, and what does mom mean to you?
Well, to answer it in different order, my baby means the world to me. So I do my best to make sure she's comfortable. So, and what I think what someone would do. What was the first question?
What is the most
I was
important
concentrating on the second.
Most important
What's
thing
important thing?
in maintaining a
In maintaining?
successful relationship?
Sacrifice.
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 Why?
You have to be willing to sacrifice, because I mean, can't always be your way in any situation. You can't always just say, "Hey, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do it this way." You have to give. You have to give sometimes. Hey, she might say, "I want to go one place. She want to go another." We compromise and go somewhere in between.
All right. Madre?
I would definitely say sacrifice and compromise, because over the years, just relationships. I mean, Nelson and I have just seen relationships break up in the last 3 years. I mean, 1 year we know 3 people that have
Got
divorced.
Damn.
3 people, but mostly it's because they talk about what they don't want to do anymore. They want their freedom. You know, this person, but the bottom line is you're gonna end up with somebody else with the exact same problems, because or worse, right? Why everybody wants their way? It seems like this society is all about me, me, me. Nobody wants to compromise. Nobody wants to sacrifice for no one else. It's all about what you want. But do you really know what you want? It's never, to me, it's never enough what someone wants. It's always people want more, more, more. So they're looking at that person like, they ain't got what I want. She fat, or he ain't cute. But it's always something, right?
Yeah.
Well, how about look at yourself and fix yourself first before you go talk about what somebody else don't have? How about that? You know what I'm saying? We're too quick to look outside at someone else. Look at yourself. Take a self-assessment at yourself. If people fix themselves, they wouldn't be so focused on somebody else.
How you really feel?
That's facts. Nah, that's real
No,
spill.
seriously.
All right.
We are too focused on other people and not ourselves. Let's fix our raggedy selves,
All
and
right.
that including me. So number 2, what Nelson means to me, it's God put him in my life
Yeah.
because he's a blessing. He's a blessing because he balances me out. So when I'm like, I have a type A personality, I'm like, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. But he'll say, you know what, just, it's chill, just calm down, or I got to get this done. And then I'll balance him out where he'll say, well, let's just do this tomorrow. I'm like, you know what, we can't keep putting stuff off. That's, I think, the difference. You have to be able to balance each other, and I think that's what we do, and that's why it works for us. So we'll talk about buying stuff, or we'll talk about, like when we, if we're going to buy something, we'll talk about it. So we balance each other out.
Okay. So
I don't think there's any major decision we've ever made
No.
in 20 and almost 30 years that we didn't talk about first.
So you would say mostly it's about compromise and balance.
And respecting the other person.
Respect.
And you don't
Yes.
have the only answers. Look at yourself.
Right.
Look at your flaws before you go talking about theirs. I think people are too focused on other people's shortcomings and don't want to look at themselves and what they need to fix about themselves.
That's
I
right.
think if we all did that, this world would be a lot better off.
You're right.
Seriously.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that. Well, I appreciate y'all and y'all's time in doing this for me amongst all the madness going on out there in the streets.
Well, everybody stay safe. God is in control.
We didn't social distance.
Well, we're going to die together, baby. We're going to die together.
All right. Peace.
Peace.